we're all familiar with the everyday dog and cat pet. Well, today we're going to introduce you to something different. We have some exotic and unusual pets with us today, and also with us to introduce them are Melissa Weston and Andy Maggs from the North End Port Huron Pet Jungle. So what do we have here, Melissa?
This is an African fat-tail gecko, and it's a type of lizard that eats meat, live food, insects. They like to burrow and hide. What else did you need to know, Katie?
I just wondered, where do they live in the wild and how do they live?
They usually live in like a warm climate. In captivity, you have to keep them very warm. They like moisture. So, and they also find like live bugs and worms in the wild. In captivity, we sell crickets at the store, so you can keep them like their natural environment in an aquarium. And they make a nice pet because you can handle them, even though it's a wild animal that's been captured and caught and brought into captivity. Another thing that's unique about them is their tail, because they are called a fat-tail gecko. In the wild, they can release their tail, and a lot of predators think it's the head of the animal. And when they do release it, it moves, and the animal can escape, and the tail just moves and keeps the predator occupied. And then after about 6 months, this little guy will grow his tail back like nothing.
That's really neat. That's a really unique defense mechanism. So they like it humid? They like a humid climate?
Yes.
So if you're keeping them at home, usually just...
They like to stay warm with like a heat lamp. And they like to be sprayed. You know, they like the dampness, so you need to spray them twice a day or so.
Oh, okay.
They're a pretty easy pet to keep.
Huh. That's really neat. What do we have in this other far tank here?
We still got stuff in here, Katie.
Oh, wow.
This is a pretty popular pet here.
Oh, yeah.
This is its scientific name is iguana. You can see them run wild in South America, Mexico. They get to be about 6 foot. This is a little guy. He's just probably a few months old. It's called a hatchling iguana. It's a green iguana.
Oh, okay.
And they grow about 1 foot a year. And they are vegetarians. We feed them fresh greens and shredded fruits and vegetables with supplements. In the wild, they live up to 75 years.
Wow.
And in captivity, probably about 10 to 12, depending on their care. They do grow 1 foot a year, and they will get up to 6 foot.
Wow, 6 feet. So must be pretty big around too. So you have to have a huge tank.
Yeah, their tail's real long. These guys can also release their tail to get away. When they are full grown, you want to handle them and keep them tame, because they can whip their tail and they can hurt you.
I bet when they're big like that. That's really neat.
That's a cute one, so get a good grip on them.
Cuban tree frog.
Yeah.
We've got a little slippery guy here.
He'll sit on you.
This is a Cuban tree frog. Of course, they're from Cuba. It's a nice pet because it's easy to take care of, and a lot of young little boys like to come in and buy frogs. And these guys are real hardy. They like a damp, warm, not real warm, but they can withstand room temperature. They eat live food, mealworms and crickets. And they live in trees.
That's neat. So they probably also like it humid too, because it looks by their skin that they stay pretty damp. It's pretty neat. Now we've got a different.
Here, I'll get him out.
This looks like
I'll
another
pick one up and
interesting
pass it to
one.
you.
This is a very interesting pet. These guys are from Africa.
Okay.
And they've just been recently raised in the United States. They became a very popular pet about a year ago. They were real expensive. They're a little tough to breed. These guys are real tame pets. If these guys weren't pets, they'd stick their quills straight out and you wouldn't be able to handle them.
Okay.
They'd wrap themselves right into a ball. And in the wild, they like to eat berries and worms and insects. They have a nose like a rodent and smell. They like to burrow. They live around 8 years or so. And they're just another easy pet that is a little different than your normal dog and cat.
That's really neat. And so if you have them in captivity, you should feed them greens, is that it?
We feed these guys like a high quality cat food.
Oh, okay. Neat.
And just cat food, water, and a little place for shelter. And anything like this, you want to make it as close to their natural environment as possible.
Okay. Andy, did you breed these?
No, I got the two females at home that are pregnant right now, though.
Oh,
They're
okay.
breeding pairs. Both the males, both females are at home.
Wow.
This.
And
sure they're
next
hairless
thing I'm going
rats.
to talk about is something really different. Everybody's seen rats before, but not too many people have seen hairless rats.
Not me.
This is like a breed of rats. They do make good pets. Can I pull one out?
Yeah.
And
Want me to get it out for you?
Wow, look at them.
this is a little boy, and he's definitely not full grown yet. Rats get real
Yeah.
big. And one thing about rats, they are pretty smart. They make real good pets as far as small little rodents. They don't go too far, and you can carry them around pretty much all day and they'll stay right with you.
Oh,
What's
really?
neat about these is they're born with no hair, and it's just something different. And that's just the way that this type of rat is. It's called a hairless rat.
Wow. Now how do they stay kind of warm? I mean,
They pretty much, you have to like keep them warm,
Yeah?
without their hair. I mean, it's pretty much, they're gonna have to like able to stay warm because they don't have hair, so they can't withhold their body temperature. But since they're born without no hair, they have a little bit higher immune system, so they can. But they do need to, they aren't wearing a coat. In other words.
okay. Wow.
Tarantula.
Yeah, move this.
This, I'm not going to take this guy out. I don't know if we can get a close-up on him or not. I don't think we're going to get a close-up on him. This is a starburst baboon tarantula.
Oh, wow.
And some people like tarantulas because they are a real easy pet to take care of. They don't bite unless they're scared. And they eat crickets. They're real easy pet to take care of. They eat once a week. And this guy's just real young. He's a baby. He's probably going to at least quadruple his size. They're probably one of the quickest of all the tarantulas. This is a sort of common tarantula that you see in pet stores. Not all pet stores, but they're kind of neat.
I see he builds a web there. Now, do all tarantulas build webs like that up?
Pretty much.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's really cool.
There's a scorpion there.
Is this our
And
scorpion?
this is a baby scorpion. And these guys have a sting to them. So they don't usually get handled. It's a type of animal that you keep in a container and look at. It's not for the person that wants to handle a pet and pet a pet and cuddle with the pet. This is the type of pet that is exotic and someone wants to keep and look at and feed once a week and give him a little bit of moisture for water. This is a baby. He's going to grow quite a bit bigger too, probably at least 4 more times his size, or probably 10 times his size.
Probably.
They do have a sting, so they can do, if you're allergic to bee stings, you might not want to. But it's a different type of a pet. They're unique to watch and eat.
Do they eat crickets? Is that what I see in there? or-
Yep. Any type of bug.
Really?
Aries.
Wow. Now, if he's little, can he still, I mean,
What he does is he kills them
yeah?
and he eats off of them.
Oh, okay. Can he do damage to a human? I mean, can,
If someone is allergic to like a bee sting, yeah. And even if they aren't allergic to a bee sting, yeah.
so this guy
You
could
know.
probably,
Yeah, he could sting you pretty good. I don't, know how serious,
It's just, the
but
smaller they are, the more potent the venom is. You know?
yeah.
oh, wow.
And
So Molly.
we have a parrot over here. This is an orange-winged Amazon parrot. She's just a baby, actually. She's full grown. She'll live about 40 years or more. And she's 2 years old right now. She's from the Amazon in South America. Actually, she's been domestically raised. A lot of birds like this aren't imported as much anymore. And actually, this bird here has been hand-fed, so it's tame. It was hand-fed since right after it was hatched by a person. So it's always going to be a tame pet. If this wasn't a tame pet, this bird could probably bust my finger, just like a nutcracker. And they are very good talkers. And they can bond to one person or they can be real sociable, depending on the personality of the bird. She's got a lot of color. It goes along with their natural environment in the Amazon.
Are they hard to take care of?
Pretty much, this bird here eats a lot of fruits and vegetables. She also does eat seed and water. Nice big cage. Most of the time, like hand-fed birds, they aren't caged too much unless there's other pets in the house, because they mostly stick to their house. Most all these pets stick right to their area. That's what they like. That's what they feel secure with. But proper care and handling, they all make good pets.
Now, what should a person remember if they want to buy a bird like this? there
Pretty
anything
much,
special?
and a bird like that is going to run a little bit of money. So since she does live a long time, a lot of bird hobbyists or breeders that sell birds like that want a person that has a little bit of experience in knowing what they're going to get. These birds, any bird can't handle a draft, so they have to be kept in an area where there's no drafts. And they do require attention a little bit more than some of these other pets would. They need personal attention, especially the hand-fed domesticated parrots that are hatched within the states and raised by people.
That's really, so hand feeding really makes a difference.
It makes a big difference.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's really cool. So what else do we have here?
And I'll let Andy take over.
All right. First thing I'll show you is a ferret. Let me get up here. And these guys originally come from Greece, and in Greece they're called polecats, where they hunt rabbits, mice, small rodents, and stuff like that. This is a male. Pretty easy care I gotta do is feed them a ferret food and a high protein cat or kitten food. They got a long life, they're about the same as a cat. They like a lot of attention, they're litter trained. So if you use a litter box, you can run around the house, just make sure you got anything they can get into. Shut up, because they'll get into it. Get into everything.
So can they do any tricks?
Oh yeah, you can train them.
Yeah.
All types of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, litter box training is pretty rare.
Yeah, they don't take too long to do. A little harder than a cat. But that's the first thing I'll show you. And then we'll get into the snakes. All right. First thing I'm going to show you is this one here. Get it out. This is a Cinnalone milk snake. He comes from Mexico. He's just a baby right now. He just eats mice, small mice right now. He'll grow about 5 foot in length. You see he resembles a coral snake, the venomous coral snakes. Most milk snakes do. It's like protects them in the wild too, because predators will think it's a venomous snake, as well as humans will think it's a venomous snake.
But he's not venomous?
Not at all, no.
I see he's pretty handleable there.
Yeah, he's pretty tame.
It's really neat.
And same, what you gotta do to care for these guys, you gotta have a heat rock for them. You gotta keep a heat rock on 24 hours a day, just strictly for digestion of their food. You wanna keep a heat lamp on them, a daylight lamp. You wanna keep about 90 degrees, and at night you wanna keep it about 75 for them. Another one we got here. This is a Mexican milk. You can see it also resembles a coral snake for the same reason.
Oh, what's the difference between him and
Oh, they're two
the,
different breeds of
milk
snakes.
snake?
And here you can see, I'll show you the difference in markings.
Yeah.
I'll get this thing back off.
Beautiful markings.
See where the middle part in here, you gotta keep them separated, is wider. The white part in here is wider, and the black out here is spread out more, and his is all more fine.
Oh,
So you can
okay.
tell the difference in them. And both these come from Mexico. You can also find them in Arizona as well. Here's this. And we got here, this is an albino bull snake. Just a little baby, and he'll get about 5 to 6 foot.
Now,
little
are they
baby.
tame when you, I mean, obviously they're hatchlings at first, and then do you have to handle
Yeah,
them a lot?
most snakes at first when they're hatchlings will bite you. But they'll break that habit once you handle them a lot. And he's got the same care, same with the heat rocks and the heat lamps. All the snakes are the same like that.
So they just need a lot of heat, basically.
Yep. You want to keep them on a dress, and the more you handle them, the better they are. Because if all you do is, the only time you're in their tank is when you're feeding them, you're more apt to getting bit by a snake. Because then they just think as soon as you open that cage, you're feeding them, and that's it. You handle them more, the more tame they're going to be. Next snake I got here is a banana king snake. And it's a mix between two snakes. What it is a mix between a California king and a yellow California king. So this is what you get, like a crossbreed of snakes. These guys are pretty rare snakes here. And the marking's different. All of them might be all yellow with a little bit of brown, or all brown with a little yellow.
He's getting ready to shed, isn't he?
Yeah, he is getting ready to shed. He's got the cloudy eyes and stuff, and doesn't look as shiny as he usually is. The color's much nicer. And as soon as they shed, you got to feed a snake right away, because they're always going to be hungry.
Is shedding a sign of growth
Yep.
in a snake?
Yeah, and when you got snakes, you got to make sure you got something rough for them in the tank so they can go across it. That helps them shed the old skin off. Get that on there. Okay. Well, I can't get any further. You can move that Aries cage off it. Thanks. All right, Holly. In here, I got a black Mexican king snake. Now, he's also shedding, so his color isn't as nice as it usually is. And these are a pretty rare snake, too. A lot of hobbyists like to collect these. He's still a baby as well. All the ones up top here are all babies. They got a lot more still to grow. You see, his eyes are cloudy. He's ready to shed as well. Usually this got to be pitch black, and if the light hits him, you get a touch of blue going through him. And in here, you got a breeding pair of Honduran-faced tangerine milk snakes. Now this is a favorite collector of hobbyists as well because of the color and the size that they get. Now right now, they're just babies, real small little things. Find them. There you are. Now the female is usually always bigger than the male. This would be the female here. Here's the male. See, they got a nice color to them. And
How
it
old
also.
are these guys?
How old are they? Mm-hmm. They're under a year old right now. And they make a good pet too. They got a nice bright color to them, something different, you know.
Yeah. How old do they have to be to breed?
You want to be at least, I'd say at least, what, a year and a half to 2 years. Once you get at least a nice size on them.
Beautiful colors.
Yeah, they're really nice snakes. And the same with these snakes. The color's different in these, so you might get a darker orange or one with a little more black on it. But these guys get, out of all the milk snakes, these guys get probably the largest.
How big will they get, do you think?
They can get up to 6 foot, maybe a little more.
Wow.
I've only had these a short time, so they got a while before they breed for me.
Yeah.
Now in here, I got a breeding pair of albino king snakes.
I knew those looked suspicious.
Now, I got an albino striped and an albino banded.
Wow.
Here's the albino stripe. You can see he's got the stripes down. Nice fine lines.
Oh, that's amazing.
This is the female here. This is the albino banded. She's got the bands going around his body.
Oh, okay.
Now, king snakes, you got to be careful with putting them together because you got to be pretty much the same size or else they'll eat each other. But these guys, and as long as you feed them well too, these guys get fed well and they're pretty much the same size, so they really don't bother each other too much. I'll tie that up.
Now, do most snakes come from the same part of the world?
No, they're from all over. These guys are from Nicaragua.
Oh, wow.
And these guys, he's from Mexico, and that's from California. Other snakes I got in here are from more tropical places like rainforests and stuff.
Are there any snakes native to this area, like Michigan or around here?
Yeah, there's milk snakes you can get around here, some bull snakes and stuff like that. And still your, everyday garter snake and everything. There is some rattlers too. First one here, this is a Mexican boa. He's a baby. Full size, he'll get about anywhere from 20 to 24 foot long.
Oh my gosh. Now what does he
He's
eat?
got-
Mice?
Mice or rats. Now when snakes eat, what you want to do is you feed them something that's bigger than their head. Because when the snakes eat, they dislocate their jaws, and the right side works separate from the left side.
Oh, okay.
You know you fed the snake right, you want to see a good, nice lump in his body as it's going down. Then you know you give him a good meal.
How often would you feed that guy?
Once a week is fine. You want to hold for a second? No. This is a full-size milk snake.
Wow.
This is a Sinaloan chocolate and yellow banded milk snake.
Now is that how big the other ones will get?
Most of them, yeah. Except the Hondurans get a little bigger. He's a nice snake too, real tame. He eats mice as well.
Are there any snakes that don't eat live food? Except for the
All snakes
garters?
eat live food. Even garters will eat little
they?
insects and fish, yeah. There's rough green tree snakes that eat crickets and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
They don't get very big either, they stay pretty small. They're more of a terrarium snake with the nose and stuff because they won't bother their nose either. This is a northern pine gopher snake. This guy's really active.
Looks like
He
it.
got
boy.
real rough up here. He's full grown. He's about 6 foot from head to toe.
And he goes for the probably bigger mice.
Rats, he eats rats.
Wow.
And he usually hisses a lot too. Just got
Really?
his shirt now. You can slightly
Yeah, I
hear
can
him a
hear
bit.
him.
But he's real active. He's not like other snakes like boas and pythons where he'll sit on your arm. He just wants to be moving constantly.
Wow, listen to that.
Yeah. He used to hisses really loud too. Now I'm gonna get him off me. And once he's out, he never wants to go back. So, that's the hard part. it in there. Lock that thing up. All right. And here. Okay. This one here, this is a Borneo blood python. This guy is kind of mean snake. You see, he hisses a lot too, and he'll strike at you and bite you as well.
Now, how come he's kind of fatter and then not as long as the other ones?
It's just he's still got a lot to grow. He eats well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't get as big as other pythons though,
Oh, okay.
because he hisses a lot.
Yeah, I can hear that.
He's fine with other snakes, but you got to be careful when you catch him. You can't just lay your hand in there because then he'll bite you.
Oh really? Because he
Yeah.
thinks it's food.
Yeah, plus because he's just mean too. And here, this is probably one of the most popular snakes around. This is a ball python. Most first-time snake buyers get a ball python, mainly because they're friendly. They usually eat pretty good for you, and you don't get that big. Full size, about 5, maybe 6 foot. That's about it.
Now, what kind of tank would you have for like a 5-footer snake?
We want a nice size. We want to have enough room for it to move around and enough room for it to climb too. And enough that has enough aeration in there to have a hotter spot and a cooler spot for them.
Huh.
Somewhere in about most snake tanks, what do we sell? For snakes, about 55s and stuff like that. 55 is usually pretty good. You get the bigger snakes. I got one thing that's about 4 foot high and 4 foot wide and 8 foot long that the bigger snakes are kept in.
Wow.
These guys are all kept in about, I keep all these guys together here. They're kept in about a 100-gallon tank.
And they get along
But it's like
okay
a custom
together?
800, it's like real wide.
Oh,
Yep, they all get along fine. Oh wait, I got one more in here, don't I? This guy in here, he's more of a rare snake. He's also very expensive. This is a Brazilian rainbow boa constrictor.
wow.
He's just a baby too. He's got a lot to grow still. He's a
How-
real friendly snake.
How long will he get, do you think?
About 24 foot.
Oh my gosh.
He's a real nice snake. So you got nice color to him.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
He's about to shed soon too, else his color will be a lot nicer. You get a nice rainbow going through him.
Wow.
But he eats well too. Eats lots of rats. This isn't like a good. Most collectors like have snakes like this.
Yeah.
You don't see them in many pet shops. More of an exotic snake.
Now, what's your favorite kind of snake?
Probably the rainbow boa, I think, out of all of them.
Yeah.
I like emerald tree boas too. And they don't get that big,
Yeah.
and they're really expensive. And is it the last of them, isn't it? And here we got, this is an albino Burmese.
Wow.
Now, he is not even half grown yet. He's about 2.5 years old right now. He's a real tame snake. And when they're small, you gotta be a little careful with these snakes.
And is this a rare one? Okay.
No, you can get these.
Color.
The color is, Burmese pythons
Yeah.
are real popular too. The color is more, being an albino, and you can get them in a lot of places, but they're kind of expensive too.
Wow.
And this is a breeder snake.
He feels really strong.
Oh yeah, they're real strong. In a wild, they'll eat small children and stuff.
Wow.
Not at this size, it's gotta grow more, but. Right now he eats rabbits, big rats.
That is
But,
unbelievable.
yeah, he's real friendly though. Likes people.
How old is this one?
About 2.5, 3 years old.
Wow. Their growth rate must be amazing.
Yeah, actually you can grow a snake 10 foot in 1 year if you feed him right.
Wow. And by feeding right, that means like once a week or?
No, about 2 or 3 times a week if you want to grow them fast.
Wow.
But you don't have to do that. And this guy, full grown, will be 26 feet long.
Oh my gosh. Now, how would you keep something like that? It seems to me
He's
like
in
you
that
have
big,
to give him a room.
the big pen, and it's real high, got a lot of climb in, a lot of room to move. He's got a big, I got like almost like a bathtub for him to soak in there.
Wow.
So you need a big tub to soak in.
How much he weighs right now? How much he weighs?
Probably weighs, right now he probably weighs about 65 to 70 pounds.
It's
The
amazing
whole
that
snake is muscle.
it feels like it, yeah. Wow.
And when they kill, they wrap around the rat, and when the rat tries to breathe, their muscles tighten more and more and more until the rat runs out of air, and that's when it's dead.
Wow. Now people say snakes are slimy, but they're just
Yeah, they're not.
smooth.
Yeah, they get a bad reputation too. They're really pretty nice. And this one, this goes with the little kids have held this. Grade 3 classes I was at, they were holding it.
Wow, pretty tame, huh?
Yeah, he's a real tame snake. And usually boas are the best snakes to get, because you still can get pythons will bite you sometimes. Boas are usually the most friendly snakes.
I think we did good.
Well, all these snakes and everything are nice, but frankly, I'm trying to make a decision between the Lutino cockatiel and the orange-winged Amazon here. This is a talker, but this one's pretty friendly. While I try to make my decision, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.